welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the MSI Trident AS12. Let's see how good it is in terms of gaming, upgradability and repairability. So with that, let's jump right into today's video. Let's go! For the price of this desktop, it ranges from $2,349, however that's with the i5 12400F with an RTX 3060 and 16 gigs of RAM. If you want the highest spec version, which is the one I'm featuring here, is $3,199 that comes with an i7 12700F, 16 gigs of RAM and an RTX 3070. Unboxing wise, it's quite simple. When you first open up the box, you take out this huge container which contains the tempered glass side panel. And then there'll be a smaller box inside, which in there you'll find the power cable, tempered glass screws, SATA cables, and menus. If you got a package containing the keyboard and mouse, you'll find the mouse in the accessories box. And lastly, you'll find the desktop itself with some foam padding to protect it from shipping. For specifications wise, it features an Intel B660 motherboard being cooled with an air cooler, and a memory configuration of 2933MHz all the way up to 3200MHz DDR4, up to about 64GB max. For graphics card wise, they have a range of a 3060 to a 3070, however they are the Ventus versions which can be found off the shelf. They're not the Gaming X versions. Storage wise, there are slots for two 2.5-inch drives and two M.2s, however one of them are already being used. As for the power supply, it's actually quite good, with it being a 750W power supply that's made by FSP, which also has an 80 plus gold power efficiency. Mounting the glass side panel is quite simple. It does take some work. First, remove the standard side panels. That takes 2 screws and you can slide the panel off. Then take 2 of the mounting brackets and there'll be 2 screws each for each bracket. You need to screw it into the side of the case where there'll be 2 holes ready for you to line up. And then once you're done with that, on the glass panel itself, there is some screws that you need to screw in for the bracket. So each of these brackets will take 2 screws or so, and just do it carefully, don't drop the glass side panel. And once you're done with those, just simply slide it on to the mounting points on the case and you're done. Now let's take a look at the upgradability of the system. Let's say about 2 or 3 years down the road you'll want to upgrade the system. The things that can be changed are the PSU, GPU, RAM, storage, and CPU can be upgraded. However, that's if you get an i5 variant. I don't think you want to be throwing an i9 in here, probably an i7 would be the max. As it's limited by the cooling capacity of that fan cooler, there's no AIO that you can fit here. Storage wise, you can add another 2 more 2.5-inch drives and 1 more nvme SSD at the back of the casing on the motherboard. And lastly, for the RAM, you do have to make sure when you want to change the RAM you get SODIMM RAM, as it doesn't have a full-size DIMM slots due to the form factor of this motherboard. I/O wise, at the front, 1 Type-C port, 2 USB 3.2s, and a headphone microphone combo jack. At the back, there are 2 USB 2.0 Types A, 3 USB 3.2 Type A, 1 USB 3.2 Type-C, 1 HDMI 2.0 Type B, 1 DP, 3 audio jacks, 1 RJ45 internet jack which is up to 2.5GB, and lastly a Kensington lock. And off the graphics card, you have 1 HDMI port and 3 DP ports. The case itself comes with a lot of RGB and it looks pretty good actually. There's a ring LED on the CPU fan and an RGB strip at the top of the casing where you can see it through the GPU enclosure. And paired with the GK30 keyboard and mouse set, it looks pretty nice as they have an all MSI ecosystem which can be controlled via MSI Mystic Lite. In terms of which system to get, if you're gaming at 4K, then go ahead and get the i7 and the 3070 with maybe 32GB of RAM if you want to do video editing, or 16GB is just enough if you want to play some games. If you're just gaming on a 2K monitor, then you can go for the i5 variant with a 3060 and also 16GB of RAM, as that will be sufficient enough. For the things that I do like about this desktop, I would say the integrated RGB on this casing is really good. The option of using a tempered glass side panel is good, as some people may not actually like the additional weight or the glossiness. And the good thing is the tempered glass side panel doesn't affect your thermals, as it has an integrated mesh area for the intake of the CPU fan. Its upgradability is quite good, as all the components are mostly off the shelf except for the motherboard. What can be improved is that I would like to see maybe a small screw that will secure the mounting for the tempered glass side panel onto the mounting onto the case, so that if people accidentally lift on the tempered glass side panel, it's not gonna make the PC drop. The panel gap between the glass and the frame of the desktop can be quite big, so I hope maybe they can make it a bit smaller, but it also may be due to thermals. The internal chassis can be painted black, so it goes well with the tinted glass side panel. Overall, the MSI Trident AS12 is a really good desktop for workstation use or gaming use, with its small form factor and easy upgradability. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.